Welcome back, everyone, and prepare yourself. This one will be a long one. Someone asked, this is an or only girls, only fans girl, and someone asked her if she regrets doing OnlyFans. Here's her answer.
But
Here
do
I am
you?
now, and I'm still happy in my choosing my life, and it's still exciting and fun. And
So you did it because you kind of gave up on finding a man that would take care of you?
no, it's because the opportunity was presented itself. It was exciting. It was,
Convenient.
convenient.
What if
I
you-
felt that I can get to the next level this way, so this is what I
Can I
chose.
ask you a
But yeah,
question?
I would.
Okay, OnlyFans. Imagine that. Imagine that you are a girl and opportunity presents itself to be an OnlyFans girl. An OnlyFans girl, I guess that means porn, right? Or stripping or something related to sex, right? So maybe that's the wrong word. Something related to lust, right? Gaining money, monetizing men's lust. There's plenty of things to talk about there. Who is guilty then, she or the man? It's a 50-50 situation to me. Both sides should think about like the answer to that question, but I won't get into it. But what I wanted to address over here is that opportunity presented itself and it was convenient. I am getting an idea that all of these women that are on these podcasts, they're in the RP podcasts, only act when fate gives something to them. They actually don't work to get the outcome they want. They wait for something happening, something that pushes them to a side or whatever. So my question is that the way it should be? Is that the way women should be? That's a weird question, right? Is that the way the women should be? Well, I frankly don't know, so I'm looking for your opinions. When I think about it, I mean, it does sound kind of submissive, so it's kind of cool. But it's like less ambitious. I don't know. Let's move
It's
further.
not that I
Are
defi-
you
not that I-
content with the fact that your dream man will never want you back?
To be honest, my dream man would be open-minded to this. I feel like I go for I want a man who's open-minded for something a little bit like different than just a regular.
But you said a second ago that you would
Yes, yes.
prefer a controlling man, correct?
I do want a controlling
Okay,
man.
so you want an assertive, dominant, controlling man, right?
Correct.
Are you aware that these men never commit to women that are in sex work?
Do they? Really never? I mean, yeah, of course, there is a small minority that always exists. But the thing is, yeah, we're talking. Myron's semi-right. Because, yeah, when it comes to commitment, true, we are a lot less likely to commit to women that, like, do sex work. Question is, will we give her a chance to turn back? Because we might not commit, but we might still date without commitment and see where does that lead us. Now, if the girl will, like, turn around and make the right choices, yeah, sure. That's when she will earn the commitment. And there will be like a dating phase still. So I guess that's why women are confused. Women think that dating someone equals commitment. It's not really. No. I mean, we want to commit, but we are looking at the reality of things, right? It's like commitment is a choice, but it also is a feeling, right? I guess I don't know if this is true, but I would say that we need to feel safe in order to commit, right? We want to bet on the right horse, so that includes fear of losing. So yeah, kind of. The thing is, never. This is actually a good situation, right? We never commit to women. Like, that's not true. And that depends on the girl. Now, if the girl will be making all the wrong choices, of course, sure. Okay, I'll finish with that. Let's move forward.
Right.
Period. Like that's just not what we do. Like we're like our last names are more important than your happiness. Because if I associate myself with a certain type of woman, it's gonna fuck up my status. Why would I go with a girl that makes maybe $100K a month on OnlyFans? That's great and all, but I can just go get it. I make money already. I'm just gonna get a girl that won't embarrass me and hurt my legacy.
Yeah, what's 100K?
But
Well,
at the end of the day, if I had
what I'm trying to explain is that men don't care about women's money.
Yeah, period.
That's my
yeah,
my
yeah,
point.
I hear what you're saying.
I'll take a girl
He's
that's a
bigger
brokey
number.
that won't embarrass me over a girl that is wealthy but on OnlyFans any day because my status is decreased by what my woman does.
Yeah, 100%.
But what happened?
Okay. Myron is, I would say, uses strange words. That's how I would describe it. I mean, he describes it quite well. But yes, we would definitely choose a woman with less experience and without the whole OnlyFans thing that doesn't earn a lot. But I think that's due to dominance, to men's need for dominance. And we love being the dominant part in the relationship. It does give us a lot of trouble, right? But we do like it. We do like being the man of the house. We do like having like the last word, being respected as men. I think that's a better argument. Does all of those things matter? The status, etc. I guess yeah, it does matter. But you know, if you are a woman, you refer to your boyfriend as my boyfriend. And if you're a man, you refer to your girlfriend as my girlfriend. There is like this thing that tells that this person is somehow my property. Works both ways, right? Now, I won't get deep into like the whole thing that happens there. What does that exactly mean? How the one person is the property of another? What I will say, we crave that feeling from both sides, that that man belongs to this woman and that woman belongs to this man. It works both ways, and we and men and women do crave that feeling of kind of a ownership towards the other person. It's kind of a bit more strange with women, and I think we will get into that a bit later. let's move
happens
forward.
when you just get tired of her and she's
Tired of her
already
how?
at 32 years old. Like in my
Okay. Not fair enough. Sip of coffee. This one is a big one. Because let me play it again.
Because my status is decreased by what my woman does.
Yeah, 100%.
but what happens when you just get tired of her and she's
Tired of
already
What happens when you get tired of her? I mean, what? You know what that tells me about this woman? It tells me that this woman should get a doctor. She's sick. Why would you ask a question like that? There's something wrong with you if you're asking that question. What happens? Well, you should know that it's like asking a question. What happened? Sorry, not asking a question. It's like saying, what happens when the sun will shine? Well, what do you mean? It happens every day. Why would you? It's silly to say something like that. Of course, people get bored over time. Bored with each other. And sexually, of course. Yeah, that's the normal step. That's the normal thing that happens in relationships. It happens. So her question is, what do you do? So that means, like, she can't deal with it. It's like, for her, it's a deal breaker. Right? Relationship's over when you get bored. That's not how relationships work. If there, yes, you lose that attraction, but there are other things that keep you together. A relationship has its stages, right? There's plenty of lust in the beginning, but later on, there ain't much lust. But the relationship like transfers. That's why it's so important to date with an intent. The purpose of dating is to create a family. Why? Because family is a thing that puts people together. Both of those people in a relationship can work together to, like, for the family. Work also brings people together, right? Work basically brings people together. I believe you had an opportunity to work with someone on a project or doing something, and like thinking together how to do this, what's the best way, etc. That builds something between those people. It's not a lot, but the more you do it, the better you get at it, and it does build something. That's what happens basically in a relationship. You work together and build together something. So the work will keep you together. Yes, sure, sexually you will get bored and it will be like, hey honey, I'm kind of feeling sexy tonight. Do you also feel sexy? It's like, instead of I don't know, what you wearing? Oh, and then the foreplay. It's kind of nice though also. But yeah, you will kind of get bored. The thing is, she shouldn't be asking even that question. She should already know the answer. She's not prepared for a relationship based out of asking that question.
How?
at 32 years old. Like in my situation, let's say I went for the man who had the money and took care of me.
Yeah.
What happens when he just wants something new?
Well, if he took
I'd
care
rather
of
have
you,
put myself in the situation where
Okay, what happens if he wants something new? Let me say this. People tend to ask questions through through the spectrum or through the lens of themselves. She, by asking that question, says that she would do that. Let's hear it again.
The man who had the money and took care of me.
Yeah.
What happens when he just wants something new?
Well, if he took
I'd
care
rather
of
have
you,
put myself in the situation where I can decide.
So, another example why she is not fit for a relationship. Like this, but this also tells us something more. There is a difference between instant gratification and delayed gratification. She is full on instant gratification. Like, if something in relationship happens that you don't like, that means that's the end of a relationship. Basically. Right? Sorry. Yeah, if it happens one time, then it's okay, fair enough. But it happens a second time and a third time, that's the end of a relationship, the end. What does that mean? Usually when something happens in a relationship, something wrong happens, then both sides should work together to fix that relationship. But so we are going back to the work thing, right? If you have the mentality of, okay, if those things happen and no one is addressing it, I bet she won't address it also. Oh, I guess it's time to start looking for someone who doesn't do those things and skip to another person. Well, news for you, the other person will also have something that you don't like. So you will have to skip to another person again. And news for you, the next person will also have something. And another, and another, and another, and another. There is no perfect person. You're choosing a way of failure in all of your relationships if you have this attitude. You can't have this attitude if you want the relationship to succeed. Sorry. There is work in a relationship. And basically, it is work that builds a relationship. Not lust, work. Just because you're attracted and sure, you can skip and skip and skip and skip and skip and skip and maybe somewhere on the line you will find a person that is perfect. Yeah, everyone wins the lottery every day. And do you think that will be you? No.
Have other routes other than just him. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's fine.
There's so many beautiful women. I live in Florida. There's
Yeah.
so many women here.
Yeah.
You understand? So what's to say that he's going to stay with me? I'd rather be the moneymaker and I got my own. And if I
But
find
that
love,
comes
I
at a
find love.
price,
If
though.
not,
mess up your
Ironically enough,
relationship.
being the moneymaker, that comes at a price that you can't necessarily afford.
Yep.
Does that make
Correct.
sense? Because
Yes.
you're never going to be able to buy a strong, assertive, dominant man that has these traditional qualities that's going to want you back.
Okay, let me remind everyone, the question was, does she regret OnlyFans? So let's hear it again.
if I
But
find
that
love,
comes
I
at a
find love.
price,
If
though.
not,
mess up your
Ironically enough,
relationship.
being the moneymaker, that comes at a price that you can't necessarily afford.
Yep.
Does that make
Correct.
sense? Because
Yes.
you're never going to be able to buy a strong, assertive,
Is
dominant.
this it? No.
I have other routes other than just him. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I
that's
don't.
fine.
There's so many beautiful women. I live in Florida. There's
Yeah.
so many women here.
Yeah.
You understand? So what's to say that he's going to stay with me? I'd rather be the moneymaker and I got my own. And if
I'd rather be the moneymaker and I got my own. So, in context of the question and everything, and everything that was said, so you have. Let me remind what she said. opportunity presented itself, it was convenient. And now she says, I'll rather have my own than, like, in case the guy dumps her. That there is a conflict between those two statements, because you could have your own without going into OnlyFans, right? You could. You took it because it was convenient, not because of that. What she's saying right now is a excuse for convenience of the situation. Which tells to me again, instant gratification is number one, and that's how
But
But
that
that comes at a
find love
price,
is
though.
gonna
mess up your
Ironically enough,
relationship.
being the moneymaker, that comes at a price that you can't necessarily afford.
Yep.
Does that make
Correct.
sense? Because
Yes.
you're never going to be able to buy a strong, assertive, dominant man that has these traditional qualities that's going to want you back.
And you become a target from weak
For
men, by
simps
the
and
way.
losers,
Yeah.
Or the people
the
you're-
guys that
that
don't
are
make money.
targeting you.
Yeah.
The very men that you're trying to attract are going to be repulsed by you. So they're not going to take you seriously. They might have sex with you every night.
Now, over here, I will agree with Myron. She is doing what she can to not for those men to not be attracted to her, to not commit to her. Sorry, not attracted. For those men to not commit to her, she is doing what she can to.
Now and then they might go on a date with you.
Yeah.
But as far as like claiming you, going out on dates with you publicly and saying this is my woman, most guys are going to shy away from that. 'cause
I
they're
don't
gonna,
think. Listen, so nothing in this world
ahead.
is impossible. There is still a chance. There is still a chance because in the end of the day, I know what I bring to the table, and that's just not just my financial.
What do you bring to the table that a guy would want then?
I feel like I'm intellectual. I'm there for a man. I'm honest. Like I feel like I'm a man's best friend. I'm not a woman that's gonna sit here and say, "Just tell me what I want to hear." I'm going to be a partner. I'm a good partner.
Okay. First, I'll address the intellectual thing. What she brings to the table. She's intellectual. Okay. Maybe I'm wrong. That's how I personally work. And I would very much like to hear if you guys work the same way. Let's say I'm in a philosophical mood. And I am talking to my girlfriend, right? And I am talking about those, I don't know, things that I have in my head, right? And like right now I'm talking to you, right? So what I would like to hear from my girlfriend is, I don't know. So, which is not an intellectual response, and okay, let's give it another answer. I never thought of it. I don't know. Not an intellectual response, because like an intellectual response would be like addressing the arguments and sharing opinions, etc. That would be an intellectual thing to do. But I would not like that. Why? Because it would fall on me to find the answer, right? That would teach me more to be more self-dependent, not to depend on other people to provide answers I'm seeking. Find them yourself. Do research. Talk with other intellectual people. But from my girlfriend, I would love her to not be intellectual in those situations. Sure, she can have a person without opinions doesn't exist. Even the least intellectual girl has some opinions. And without sharing her opinions, she can contribute into the discussion also. Instead of saying something, she could say, you know, I have a friend that likes to talk about these things. Maybe you should ask him or her. And she could be like a relay of other people. Like, yeah, I know that person, and that according to that person, she said, or I've seen something like maybe. Maybe you should watch that. I don't remember, but it was very intellectual. Try that. There are other ways to contribute instead of like having like a straight up opinion about something. Let's try it again. What else did she say?
There is
Because I
still a
forgot.
chance. There is still a chance because in the end of the day, I know
Oh
what I.
yeah. Yeah, that. Oh, I have
Quickly and
to
saying,
play
this
it
is my
again.
woman. Most guys are going to shy away from that. 'cause
I
they're
don't
gonna,
think. Listen, so nothing in this world
ahead.
is impossible. There.
Yes, of course. Nothing in this world is impossible. As I said, well, not even every day people win the lottery. Yeah, everything is possible. It is also possible that a lightning will strike you right now. Yes, it is possible that sun will start talking. I just instant gratification, doing whatever is convenient, everything is possible. That girl lives in a dream world. In a dream world where in the world of horses, she is the unicorn. She wouldn't use this argument if she didn't believe in it. She believes that despite everything, it still will happen. She will win the lottery. She will find another unicorn. Sorry, the unicorn will find her. Seriously. Is this what... I'm wondering. Is this attitude something that women learn from OnlyFans? Is this attitude something that women learn like by living in a city? How do you learn this kind of attitude? How do you learn this kind of approach to life? How exactly does this... I don't know. Someone should study this. This woman is broken. She's completely off the charts insane. Well, sorry. That's a very incorrect statement. She is not completely off the charts insane. She's just insane.
There is still a chance. There is still a chance because in the end of the day, I know what I bring to the table, and that's just not just my financial.
What do you bring
Sorry. I don't think people that are insane can tell that they know what they bring
to the
into
table that a guy would want then?
I feel like I'm intellectual. I'm there for a man. I'm honest. Like I feel like I'm a man's best friend. I'm not a woman that's gonna sit here and say, just tell me what I want to hear. I'm going to be a partner. I'm a good partner. You know,
Well, there's plenty of girls that are 21 that aren't involved in OnlyFans that can
Yep.
have these traits as well.
Loyal. Yeah.
Why does it have to be 20?
That's fine, but in the
Men
end of
don't
the
like
day,
older women.
Yeah.
I'm a unicorn though. I feel like
Okay, I will address this. Why 20-year-old? Yeah, Myron uses that argument a lot, and there is some truth to it. The argument says that yeah, men like younger women, but that's because certain characteristics come with youth. Many people say that it's about fertility. I don't think so. I think there is something else there that is more important, and those are those characteristics. And as you may, I've seen a lot of episodes of Fresh and Fit and other podcasts, and you can guess. I've heard this argument a lot of times, and women argue women argue on these podcasts that men want these women because they like because they are more submissive and they like to shape. They're like a clean piece of paper. And I say, yeah, basically, yeah, you're right. So what's wrong with that? Yeah, that's what we like. Yeah, we as men love to shape our women. We love the dominant position in the relationship. So that's the way we are. Sorry, are you actually complaining that a dog barks? Yes, we like that. And guess what? I would say most women also like that. Like this girl over here. She likes a dominant partner. Hey. Men like that, women like that. What's wrong with that? Oh, yeah, I forgot. Feminism. It has to be 50-50. Even if it doesn't work, it has to be. Well, does it work? Hard to say. It's hard to say.
I'm different.
Not
I'm
really.
Unicorn,
fun.
bro. You're
All right,
not
it's-
unicorn.
it's
Women are
just-
way more similar than they think.
Oh, actually, someone used the reference
they
to
are.
a
The
unicorn.
problem is that
Correct,
we kind of
yes.
gas women up and shoot sunshines up their rainbows. Rainbows up their asshole, telling them that they're special. But most girls are very, very similar. I mean, matter of fact, when we asked y'all questions, a lot of you guys agreed on some of the takes that we had. Is because biology is biology, and women are attracted
Naturally.
to what they're attracted to.
Okay, I don't know if I made this argument before, but I will make it again. Yes, women have plenty of similarities. Women have plenty of similarities. Just like men and women, we have so many similarities. Like we both have like 2 legs, 2 arms, 2 ears, etc. We both have hair. There are so many similarities. But I think it's chimpanzee. Human DNA is 3% different than the DNA of a chimpanzee. Even if we had 97% similarities, that 3% makes a huge difference. So, sure, let's be aware that women have plenty of similarities, but the 3% can make a difference, and a huge one.
I look at it like you sit there and you say, "I'm special, I'm intellectual, blah blah blah." These are traits that you could find in a girl that doesn't do OnlyFans.
Well, men
So-
are just as.
So I've got a
it's just as
question here for
comparable.
you. So you're
Oh my god, this argument. Men are just as... We are talking about women. We are talking about women, and men are just as. So that's an answer basically, yeah, well, you do suck also. I mean, what's
We're
the
talking
point of
about
that?
Had experiences who doesn't know what she likes and what she doesn't. Do you
That
really
guy's
want
not
a
gonna be
woman
interested,
who
yeah.
hasn't went and experienced other things
Well,
other
let me
than
ask you a
just
better
you?
question.
Okay, do we want an experienced woman? Sorry, I don't know what her name is. Yes! Yes, we do! You see, men and women are completely different. It is a common argument on the Red Pill that women view men through the lens of themselves, and here you have it. Yes, that's basically what she does. She finds experience attractive, so do you really want to like have an unexperienced person? Well, we're men, yeah. Hell yeah. You don't know it? What happened to you that you don't know that? We prefer stable future over experience at every day. Despite all of that was said, what we want is successful future. Experience brings shit into a relationship. So that puts successful future into question. It also brings some good things into a relationship, but it also brings the bad things. And as we know, if something bad happens to you, you tell 10 people. If something good happens to you, you tell only one person. The bad has more value to it. So, yeah. Women want men that are experienced, and for a very good reason. Imagine that. The experience, I actually understood it right now. The experience is an excellent argument. Imagine that. You're a woman and you want someone that is experienced. So you have those good things and bad things. You already know. You have that experience in you already. So you can apply the right way to the relationship. You can't apply the right way into the relationship if the other person has a different understanding of what the right way is. That creates a conflict. Experience creates a conflict. If you have a person that is like a blank piece of paper, then you can apply those all of those good things into the relationship. There is no conflict. So yeah, one side wanting an experienced person is actually working. That's a good argument, I think.
Do you think men prefer women with experience or no experience?
Ooh.
They're going to
None.
cheat on them with the
Well, hold
woman
on.
with experience.
Answer the question.
And they're going to be more stimulated by the
So
woman who
true.
has experience, who can have
Okay,
a
but-
conversation.
Okay, so she means sexual experience. Okay, yeah, OnlyFans. Yeah. Instant gratification. Sex is the first thing that matters in a relationship. Okay, fair enough. I think I already said in this video what I wanted to say. How many women are there like that? How? And let me point you to this blonde woman next to her. Look at her face. For if this woman is broken, this woman is double broken. I mean, she is not in the conversation. She's having a fight right now. Yeah. I will show you who's right. I will show you who's wrong. And she's just, look at her face. She's not there in a good faith. While this woman on the right, whatever her name is, I think, yeah, she actually is there in a good faith. The blonde girl, is not. Okay, that's all. This clip is already too long. Have a good one, guys. Cheers.